workshop. You can't change the nature of the presentation. You have to still play by their rules, but you can still be creative. And that's the key, is impressive. And the last part is in conclusion. In conclusion, what were some of the things that I did in my concluding part of a role play? Summarized what I said, right? I summarized everything I talked about, and I said the performance indicators again. What else? I asked for questions. Here's something you may not know. A judge is required to ask you questions. Some judges aren't listening when they're told that, but a judge is required to ask you questions. There are a set of predetermined questions that they're supposed to ask you. So if you just took 7 minutes explaining product mix and they say, talk to me a little bit about product mix, it's not because they are dumb or can't hear, it's because they're required to ask that question. You will always be asked questions. So your role is to know that it's coming and say, is there anything that I can answer for you? Because then that shows that you know that it's coming and it's not a surprise, right? It's not like being interrogated, you are giving them the opportunity. What else? Right here. I thanked them, right. And what was the last thing I did before I left? Shook their hand and I said, I will be in contact with you next week. I will take the next step.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. I will see you next week. Did you feel like I was genuinely thankful to Robert for his time?
Yes.
Yeah. So be genuinely thankful to your judge. Cool. So those are the 4 I's. Introduce, invert, impress, and in conclusion. Those are the 4 steps of defining a performance indicator, which are define, give an example, and explain, connect to the solution, and above and beyond. If that makes sense, say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now you two can sit down, and I'm going to keep Nathan right here for just a second. Here are the top 3 things that you can do.
Dee Dee has a question.
Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, what's up? What's going on? Effectiveness. Effectiveness. How do you know it's going to work? Great question. I'm really happy you have friends who look out for you. That's good. All right, so tips for success. Here are the 3 things that I guarantee will make you a better competitor if you do them between now and the state conference. 1, start defining performance indicators. If you go to DECA.org/competitions/2, yes, I'm a nerd and I remember that. If you go to DECA.org/competitions/2, you will go to a page that has every DECA competitive event. It will have a sample role play, so you can see what one actually looks like. It will have sample test questions, and here's the best part. It will have every single performance indicator that you will ever be asked to define. Every single one. It's like if you had a final in class and your teacher came up to you and said, these are all the questions that you are going to be asked. That is available for free on the internet right now. I don't know why you're not there now doing that. Yeah. DECA.org. You can honestly just go to events and click on high school competitive events. You can find events, high school competition. The direct link is DECA.org/competitions/2, number 2. So you have the ability to download all those now. What if, before the state conference, you actually worked to define those performance indicators? So if I'm asking you to explain the concept of profit, what if 2 months before you ever got to the state conference, you had written out an explanation for the definition of profit? Do you think that would be helpful?
Yes.
Do you think it would be helpful if your entire chapter tackled an entire list of performance indicators, right? If you want a chapter project that's going to make your chapter awesome, have everybody go and take the list of performance indicators and start defining all of them. If you get 15 people working on it, you're talking about 10 per person. It's not hard. And then you have an encyclopedia of every performance indicator defined. And when the next year starts, is that information just going to go away? No, it's all going to be there the next year too. So that's something you can do this year to help. Number 2, practice. This is boring, I know, but I'm going to say this. Practice. There is no substitution for it. Raise your hand if you play Angry Birds.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. The first time you played Angry Birds, were you good at it? No. Some of you are saying yes or lying. No. First time you did it, you try to shoot the bird, you overshoot everything. Second time you shoot it into the ground. Third time you shoot it backwards. Right? You're awful at it the first time, but it's addicting because you feel yourself getting better, right? Because you keep playing like, oh, Olaf, oh yeah, oh, I got 3 stars, yeah, right? If you don't practice your role plays, you won't get any better at them. Then you're going to get better at Angry Birds if you